I think there's another question in the chat box. So will near or in-sensor computing improve privacy if you give users and applications only access to limited metadata?
Yes, this is a very great point, actually. Yes, like near sensor or especially like in-sensor computing, if you only give the metadata instead of the original image, it actually help to boost the user privacy quite significantly. And in fact, even nowadays, like even we don't have in-sensor and near-sensor computing, we actually are very careful in like assigning, okay, for OS, what are the data that is acceptable from the OS level, right? And for many private information, there are like hardware mechanisms to make sure even the OS or other applications cannot access it. Yeah, but like the idea of using in-sensor computing to help with privacy protection is actually quite reasonable.
I think there's another questions in the chat box. What are the challenges when applying federal learning to the on-sensor and the near-sensor computing?
Well, this this is like two concepts here. Like you have like federated learning and in-sensor or near-sensor computing. So I mean, both of this I would say are quite important for the AR glass. But right now, for the in-sensor and the near-sensor computing, what I talk about is primarily on the inference side, and the federated learning is, from my understanding, is more on the training side. And the main reason is usually to put things like on sensor or in sensor or near sensor, like usually you have very high constraint on the, let's say, the area as well as the flexibility of the hardware. And right now, I'm not sure whether it is realistic to support the training process, including both the forward propagation, the backward propagation, the parameter updates, right? That basically requires a much higher memory requirement, right? And but like in sensor computing is I would say is one way to protect user privacy during the training. During the inference, and federated learning is one way to protect the user privacy during the training process. That's my understanding.